Howdy hoo, all my stock market gamblers. I'm Tall Mike, and today is Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Yes, September 18th today. Anyways, the markets are down a little bit, nothing serious. I don't think anything's changed really, you know. We have all the major indexes, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the SPY. They're all sitting right about on the 50-day. Now, if they breach the 50-day, there's a lot of air down below. So they could go a lot lower if they breach it. I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to hold right about here, and I think we're going to drift up into the coming election. Now, this election stuff is funny. Now, what I want to talk a little bit today about is Larry Kudlow, head of the U.S. Economic Council. Not the most important position, but it's kind of funny how they just blatantly lie. You know, he came out and said we're in the midst of a housing boom. Now, I'm a real estate broker, been a real estate broker for about 40 years. I used to buy and flip houses, and what we have in the United States right now is not a housing boom. I'm sorry, Larry. I don't know what you're smoking, but it's not a housing boom. Yes, housing prices are up 8% year over year. That's true. But what we have is a mess, a big, giant mess. All right, we have houses in a bubble. They're in a bubble, Larry. You know what a bubble is? Anyways, we got young adults, you know, 32, 20 years old to 32 years old. Over half of them have to live at home with their parents. Living at home, is this a boom, Larry? Is this what you really want? Is this, you want everybody to just move in with their parents because houses are in a bubble? Maybe we want the bubble to break so that people can afford to buy the houses. Now, I know if you own a house, nobody wants their house to go down, but it's all relative. You know, your house goes down, I'll go down. If you want to buy a bigger house, you sell yours, you buy the bigger house. It's pretty basic stuff. It's pretty simple. Now, what we got is, anyways, we just had housing starts come out. All right, they're down 5% just from last month, Larry. Not a housing boom. And we have interest rates, incredible rates. All-time lows, I believe. They're below 3%. When's the last time that happened? 30-year fixed below 3%. You know why they're below 3%, Larry? It's because the Fed buys 1 out of every 3 mortgages in the U.S. They own it. They spent $1 trillion in the last 6 months on mortgage-backed securities to keep the rates suppressed. This is not a housing boom. This is a housing bubble we're in. We're in a bubble. Now, I'm a real estate broker, okay? And I'm going to tell you, don't buy a house right now. Wait. You will thank me. Now, this isn't going to play out tomorrow. If you have to buy, I understand that. Sometimes people have to buy. They do these, sometimes they're doing a 1031 exchange and they only have so many days to get the new property. You know, if Biden gets in, the 1031 exchange going away. No more. It's gone. Anyways, what we have is a bubble, a big, ugly housing bubble. Now, we've had a 12-year run-up without a pullback in houses, and the reason for this run-up is the printing of money. If the Fed said they're not going to buy any mortgages anymore, if the Fed stopped suppressing interest rates, if the Fed would stop printing money, you know what would happen to houses tomorrow? They'd crash. They'd crash, Larry. We'd have a big, fat crash. Anyways, another thing, Larry, this isn't a boom. Here's the problem. Here's the big, fat mess. Right now, we got 1 out of 3 renters are not paying their rent. They're just not paying it. Actually, it's up to 40% this month, Larry. 40% of renters are not paying their rent. But hey, it's not a problem because you know what? The landlord that owns the property, the bank cannot take the property back. You know why? There's this thing called forbearance. It's on till January 2021. Larry, if we're in a housing boom, why do we have forbearance? We've never had this many mortgage delinquencies. We're running almost 20%. 1 out of 5 people that have a mortgage are not paying. How is this a housing boom? Oh, when government officials out of my face, it makes me angry. I'm sorry. It just makes me angry. It really does. It really does. It really does. Anyways, we got the eviction moratorium. Landlords cannot even start to evict the tenants until 2021. Banks cannot start the foreclosure process until 2021. Okay, and on January, it doesn't just happen automatically. For evictions, it takes about 3 months. So we got January, February, March. You're going to get evicted in March. You're going to have to move if you're not paying your rent. Okay, now what if the landlord can't get anybody else to move in because people are broke? They can't afford these high rents. What happens to the rents? Boom, boom, boom. They chase the market down until they can find somebody to move in. All right, so we got forbearance till January 2021. Now, once again, it doesn't start there. That's just the process starts, but the house doesn't become available. The bank starts the foreclosure process there, doesn't end till June. So if you're in a house, you're going to have to move out in June if you're not paying your mortgage. All right, so Larry, this is not a boom. We have a tsunami coming. I've been a broker for many, many years, and I've never seen things more messed up than they are right now. Okay, so we're going to get a tsunami of real estate houses coming on the market. They're going to be hitting the market all at the same time. And it's going to be not just one house, not just 2 houses. There's going to be millions of these houses. Now, if you have time for this to play out in the next, 12 to 24 months. It's going to take a year or 2 before we actually hit the bottom in real estate. But that bottom is going to be low, man. It's going to be incredibly low. Unless the Fed decides they want to buy every house out there and just have you pay them rent money and be their little slave. But anyways, here's the thing. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I tell people, okay? This is the secret right now. All right, so houses are too high. We have the bubble, okay? I'm not buying houses. Let me show you what I'm buying. I'm buying silver coins, okay? These things are beautiful. All right, they're called Silver Eagles. You can get them for about $30. All right, now if you wait 2 to 3 years, and this isn't set in stone, but 2 to 3 years, it's going to take about 1,000 of these to buy the average house in the U.S. Houses are going to plummet. This is going to skyrocket. What do you want to buy? A house right here, which is at record highs, all-time highs, or do you want to buy this silver coin? About $30. Not a record low, not a record high, but anyways, they're going to shift. They're going to shift. They're going to shift. Anyways, in 1980, it took 800 of these to get an average home. Right now, an average home in the U.S. sells for about $320,000. This is about $30. Let's figure it takes, 1,100 of these, call it. 1,100 to buy one of those houses. 11,000. I think it's going to come down to where it takes 1,100. So anyways, I'd be buying silver here. I'd forget about buying a house for right now. I love real estate. I'm a real estate broker. Okay? I mean, it's going to hurt a lot of people when houses drop again. And they will drop. Larry, we're not in a housing boom. We're in a housing bubble. The only reason they're up is because of forbearance, because of eviction moratoriums. Larry, catch a clue. Catch a clue, Larry. You had econ classes. You know supply and demand. You know it's being propped up artificially with low rates, with the Fed buying all the mortgages. Larry, no housing boom. Housing bubble. Soon to be a housing bust. Boom, bubble, bust, Larry. Boom, bubble, bust. It's coming. It's coming soon, Larry. Anyways, that's all I got for today, my little rant. Hopefully you enjoyed some of it. Hopefully it was helpful. If you liked it, punch that subscribe button. We're going into the weekend. Should be interesting next week. It looks like they're pulling a little bit off the market. No one wants to hold stocks over the weekend if they have heavy long positions. But I think we'll be okay in the stock market up until the election. After the election, all bets are off. But anyways, up until then, I think we're going to be okay. I think the 50 days is going to hold. Anyways, get out there, do some trading. Have a great day. I'll talk to you all on Monday. Bye now.